Hi everyone, and I'm doing this for Friday. This is technically Thursday, but I'm doing it Friday. Who will win? Who wins? We're still doing this. I should also note, I've gotten a lot better at being able to do them, or actually get through the week of who wins with every week of who wins I've actually done. So this one comes to us from Luke Wilson, who asked the question, who would win in, I guess, a confrontation? The Losers Club from It, or I don't know if their group actually has a name. I'll admit I don't have not watched Stranger Things, but the group of kids from Stranger Things. Now I do know a decent amount about Stranger Things, and I'll say this right off the bat. If 11 is part of the group, and we're not going to use, two scenarios, technically more, because we've got to use two different versions of the Losers Club. But if 11 is involved, the Losers Club flat out loses, because 11 is not the same as, say, Pennywise, where you can just, oh no, I'm gonna think this away. Oh, we stand together. No, we stand to she'll just end you. But you could theoretically appease her if they find a way to, get her on her side. But I don't think she's gonna, leave her friends. So, yes, if they have 11, they automatically win. Just right off the bat, they automatically win, because she's not the same as something like Pennywise was an individual who could be weakened by emotions, and could be weakened by very particular beliefs and tones. And 1 second, you want to go outside? Whoop. It was a very particular set of weaknesses Pennywise had that the kids could actually exploit. 11 doesn't have that. 11 could still be killed like anyone else, but yeah, she's not weakened by, as far as I know, you standing up to her or anything like that. No, and even then, she's like, "Oh, they're threatening us, 11. Kick their ass!" And then she'll just boom. She'll basically be Dane DeHaan from freaking oh god, what was the name of that movie? The one by Josh Trank. Oh god, why am I forgetting that movie's name? Anyway, the one where they get powers and he goes crazy. It'd kind of be like that. So we have to look at them simply as the verses between the kids. And I believe, I'm not mistaken, let's see now, Stranger Things. Okay, Stranger Things kids. Because the Losers Club, I know a lot more about. Because I've actually, sat down and watched watched it. I'm one of those rare people who actually does not have Netflix, so I have not watched Stranger Things. Let's see now. Stranger Things. Here we go. Now right off the bat, I need to know how old these kids are, because if these kids are age and physicality are going to play a major factor in this. Let's see now. Winona Ryder, I know that. Darn it all. I believe they are somewhere in I know they're in their early teens. Where do you think they'd make an actual Stranger Things wiki by now? If that doesn't already exist, and I'm not seeing it. Point being is that I know they're roughly in their young teenage years. The Stranger Things cast is portrayed as being a bit older. That's Stranger Things. The Loser Club is portrayed as being a bit older. In fact, they're actually, correct me if I'm wrong in this, but I think in like the original Tim Curry in the Tim Curry I think they're actually even older than they are in the new one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at the oldest, like Bev is maybe the oldest one among them. Maybe Stan, Bev, Richie, and I'm now Eddie. I'm forgetting the name of the black kid. I'm forgetting the name of the lead kid. 1 second here. Oh, and I'm forgetting the name of the fat kid too. Hold on, Losers Club. Losers Club. Losers. Weird thing is, then I go Wikipedia that, and next thing down was Loser's Lover. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Take that for what it's worth. Okay, all right. Bill, Ben, Bev, Richie, Eddie, Mike, and Stan. Whereas the Stranger Things group is only consisting of 5 kids, not including 11. Again, at 11 in, the Losers Club is going to lose. So right off the bat, these guys got them outnumbered a little bit. They've already got them outnumbered. Let's see here now. Can I get a witness? Can I get an age range? So let's see here now. They get in the novel, but in the movie he's around 13. And in the mini okay, now I see it. In the miniseries and in the novel they're around 10 to 11. They up the age slightly in the remake version. Whereas we have that Ben, or at least for Bill he was around 10 to 11. How about Ben? Ben was like 11 to 12. Actually, he was older than Ben. Older than Ben by a little bit, and 13 in the movie. Bev. I think Bev was the oldest one. I think she was the oldest one. No, she was about the same, still around the same age. Which again makes that notorious scene even grosser. I mean, yeah, none of this is not gross with that scene involved. Oh, actually, no. Richie was one of the older ones. He was in the novel. He's somewhere between 11 to 15. He's around 13 to 14 in the remix. So he's actually one of the older ones, surprisingly. That's interesting. I didn't think that. And then Eddie is. Yeah, I have to go by each of these kids' age right now just to get a general idea. And also, Eddie is also considered a bit older in the remake. And then Mike, that was his name, the black kid. Yeah, born. That doesn't give me an age. That's weird. It's okay, 58. So, and they're now 50. It takes place in 1955. What? Okay, that's weird. 55. That puts him. For some reason this is a really weird one. I'm guessing Mike is. I'm just gonna put Mike in the same age range as the other kids, and then Stan, who was easily the most cowardly among them. Yeah, Stan was also around the other one, other age. Anywho, so now that long-winded little search is done, that took me a good 3-4 minutes. That didn't need to happen. Yeah. So right off the bat, they have a group. They have a size advantage in terms of the amount of kids they have. They also have an age advantage because from what I can tell, granted, oddly enough, Richie is played by one of the characters from Stranger Things in the remade version that came out last year. So there is that little fun note. So. But the issue I'm seeing with this entire scenario is Losers Club has more kids on their side. The Stranger Kids group doesn't. B, the Loser Club had gone through more crap than the Strangers. Look, I'm not arguing that the Stranger. 1 second. You came back in. Go girl. I'm not arguing the Stranger Things cast didn't go through a lot, and I can't necessarily argue they didn't either because I've never watched the series. I know enough about the series to know what they went through. I know they took on the Demogorgon. I know they took on the Mind Flayer. Took on the Upside Down and stuff like that. So I know about that. The Losers Club was psychologically traumatized by a whole town, nearly threatened to be murdered by a psychotic bully, then stalked by a psychotic clown that wanted to make them afraid, then eat them. Had to deal with that whole psychic battle and eventually nearly killed them. Got lost in a sewer, had underage sex in a sewer, and we're not even getting to the adult versions of the kids. So, yeah, I'm gonna say they dealt with a little more crap. So they're a bit more hardened in that sense. Also, another thing that should be noted is again, liberties. If we're talking about the remade version, in the 80s, because the remake one takes place in the 80s, not in the 50s. But in the 50s, they're prone to being a little. What's the best way to put it? Their responses to people taking them on, like threatening them, are different than say they are for the kids in the 80s for the Stranger Things cast. And granted, again, look right off the bat, you look at most of the Stranger Things cast aren't kids who, and this is weird to say, Willemy, like say the rock fight in Stranger Things and in It. I don't see the Stranger Things cast really going to that length and throwing big ass rocks and hurting the hell out of each other, kicking the crap out of each other like that. I don't see that happening. I don't see one of them throwing a punch at one of the other kids in their group necessarily. Granted, I don't know if that happened. It might have happened. I can't be certain. Obviously, but I don't see that as in the character of some of those kids. That's definitely in the character of the Losers Club. Also, the Losers Club just look even in the younger versions of the Loser Club, like the novel versions and the miniseries versions. The Loser Club seems to either be in the same age range, or at least, some of them are older than the Stranger Things group, which means some of them are, and just from a biological standpoint, have had a chance to actually go through puberty and have muscle build up, so they can actually throw a solid hook. So yeah, if you're gonna ask me who wins in a fight that comes to head, again, if the Stranger Things cast has 11 on their side, they're gonna beat them like that, and like literally, she'll snap your neck like that. So so that's the thing. But you take that out of the equation, and I gotta go with the Losers Club. The Losers Club will basically, they've got more guys on they've got more people on their side. And so 5 on 7, even if each one squared off with one another, there's still 2 people there to beat the crap out of another one, or to gang up on 2 of the other ones, beat the crap out of them real quick, and then help some of the other kids. So they get into a rock fight. More people to throw more rocks. I mean, they took on Henry Bauer and his 2 Goonies, and that's only 2 less people, and they kicked the crap out of them with rocks. So yeah, I gotta go with the Losers Club on this. They've first off just dealt with more, so they're psychologically a lot more hardened, and they've done a lot more shit. And there's just more of them. And depending on the version you're going with, they're generally older than the Stranger Things cast, from what I can tell. But yeah, let me know if you think different. I'm probably gonna go again. If they got 11, it's 100% win for them. If not, I don't know. Maybe there's a scenario where they win. I can't think of what the scenario is, but if there's a scenario where they can win, I don't know. Maybe I go 90-10, 90% in favor of the Loser Club, 10% in front of the Stranger Things cast. But yeah, I'm going the Loser Club the majority of the time. 9 out of 10 times it's going to be the Loser Club, I think. Again, take 11 into this situation, a whole different thing. But with just the losers, just the Stranger Things guys versus the Losers Club, it's the Losers Club who wins. But hey, what do you think? Do you think different? Obviously, I can't say 100% for certain because I've never watched Stranger Things. I can go by what I know of Stranger Things, but I have not watched it. So maybe I can't. Maybe I'm talking out my ass here. Maybe that's possible. But yeah, if you think different and you got a legitimate reason for thinking different, that's cool. Granted, if you're gonna give me a reason why the Stranger Things kids can win, you got to give it to me without 11. Because like I've said, without 11. Or with 11, I completely agree. She would kick the entire Loser Club ass. Without 11. You got to give me a reason they can win without 11. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, what if, anything I do on this channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I will do a review of it at some point. And Solo should be up by now. This is technically a Friday video. So, yeah. And then, this usual weekend stuff, plus the who wins throughout the weekend. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.